Hello, it's Jack and welcome back to another exciting episode of Car Mechanic 2021. Well, just got to work, just got off the bus. As you can see, we're in part 2 of the auction challenge. For those of you that haven't watched the first part of this video, I suggest you do. I'll link it in the description somewhere up above and wherever. Challenge was to buy 3 cars. They had to have a starting point of less than 1,000 credits in the auction. So less than a starting price of less than 1,000, or 1,000 or less I should say, and then try and flip these cars as quickly as I could. Now as quickly as I could kind of went by the wayside with this little beastie here, which is now ready basically to sell on and get out the door because I've repaired, or at least done what I wanted to do on this car. Profit wise, we've got quite a bit of bits and pieces done, and we're in profit 7,586, which is nice. Now then, just some food for thought here. I'm also not allowed to use the shop or any parts in inventory, hence there is nothing in inventory because it's all been put back on the cars, all the stuff I took off. So watch the first video so I don't bore those that did watch the first video and see what it's all about. I must have a call out. One of the comments that came in just recently on the first video was from, I believe, Pie Outlaw Racing. Thanks a lot for your comment. That was pointed out to me that when I did the renovation on this one, there wasn't much I could actually fix. Still making a little bit of profit. As you can see, we're still making 8,900. That's basically because we were able to weld the car up and give it a bit of a wash, and that was about all we could fix on it, to be fair. But apparently here there is some trim that I can take off and repair. So just quickly before we go on to the other car, in profit 8,919, right? But what I'm going to do now, whoops, is take off this trim which I can find here. So thank you very much for that that comment. Is that the only bit of trim I can take off? Does it cover the whole lot? Is that the trim? Front left window, that's not it. I think that's it, isn't it? What does it look like in inventory? Okay, chrome, part 3. It's 8%. Ah, that's a bit of a bitch. So I'm not going to be able to repair that, unfortunately, but thank you so much for that tip. I wasn't aware there was any chrome on the car. I just thought it was just part of the body. So thanks. Yeah, great. Anyway, what we're going to do today is get this bad boy, which is a bit of a mess of, I don't know, a supercar light. It's a car mod. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a beast. 315 horsepower, i4 D08C. I'm not really quite sure what is wrong with it and what's good and bad, but what I do know is we're already making a little bit of profit on it, 1180. So first off the bat, we're just going to give it a quick wash, and then we're going to be straight back to see if that adds a little bit of profit to it, which it will, and then go from there. All right, so stick around. Okay, so we're back. So just to reiterate, challenge was buy 3 cars, starting price less than 1,000, regardless of what I actually spend on them, you know, after I got into the auction, obviously. Can't use any parts from the shop. I can only repair. I'm not using the brake lathe either because some people might not have the brake lathe. So only repairing the parts, and I can't use any parts in inventory because I actually don't have any parts in inventory. Okay, that is the challenge. Now it's supposed to be time versus money, flipping them as quickly as possible. However, I got a bit waylaid on the old Bianco outside. Anyway, we've just given this one a quick wash. This is the last car in the challenge. Just by washing it, we're now at 2,309 profit, which is pretty nice, yeah, from 1180. So we could just flip it now. You know, we're making enough profit. I mean, that's not bad, especially when we consider the other 3 cars. But then what we've done with the other 2 cars, if you haven't watched the first part of this this challenge, is we did a bit of a weld. Now we're going to weld this 2,435, a little bit expensive, but as I've said before, the value of the weld relates to the value of the car when it's all done up. So for example, if you spend like 11,000, which I did on that McLaren in that other video, go and watch that, 11,500 to do the welding. However, it was worth over $1 million when I finished it. So you know, the welding does directly relate to the cost of the car at the end. Okay, which is nice to know, I think. So we just welded it. Looks a lot better now. Let's have a quick look, see what the butcher's bill is. 8,900. Oh, we're making some serious profit on this now. Bear in mind, I did start, when I started this challenge, 618,000, well, just shy of 619,000. So my bank has got to be either, well, either on that money to break even, or a little bit, hopefully a little bit more. Now, I'm just looking at the body, what I can actually take off, see if I can repair anything here. It's a bit of a funny one, this one, because it's got so many, it's a modded car, it's got so many different mods on it. It's sometimes difficult to see what's actually in the body and what's not. I mean, cooling fine, blah 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 blah. I'm just saying body parts first, because body parts are generally, if they can come off and they're in good fettle, we can generally fix them. But this one doesn't look like it's got. All this looks like it's just the major body. Bit strange. Can't take anything else off it. Had a lot on it, but so it's not actually got too many parts. Oh, it does. It's all body, body, body. But I did take off one part. Let's just see if we can fix it up. I didn't even look at the percentage. It can be fixed, so that's going to add a little bit of value, isn't it? Straight off the bat. So now we've got a car door. Where the hell is it? Oh, here we go. Spinning around like an I don't know what. Which one was it? Which door was it? It was the right door. So it's actually this one, isn't it? So let's just shove this back on real quick. Again, I'm just walking through the profit. What are we into it now? 11,860. So you can see just by fixing that little one door, yeah, we're actually starting to make some serious profit. Now, what we did last time on the other cars, when I say last time, on the other two cars, we've taken a look at the basic stuff. You know, I am going to try and really make this a quick flip this time. So what we did is we did a quick inspection, and this provides us with a couple of things. One, which parts could potentially come off and be repaired to further increase the value of the vehicle without too much work. Not wanting to do too much with the engine, to be fair, but we did on the Bianco because I just wanted to get the damn thing started. But anyway, that's another story. Watch part one. I think you'll enjoy it. So this is actually not looking too bad at all, and running gear is pretty quick to fix and fettle up, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't take. And if you're seeing these gaps here, it's because it's a modded car. If you're not sure what all the modded cars are and why you can get visual, you know, discrepancies, if you like, and visual issues that look a bit strange, I'll link my video on mods in the description somewhere abouts now. Go and look at that. It's had a lot of support. It's had a lot of traction. I think you'll enjoy that, and it gets you into the world of mods. So here I'm just doing a really quick investigation, and look at my XP jumping up. Can you see my XP just jumping up there? And you can do this with any car in the garage that comes in. Just do it. Just inspect it. Yeah. Because that, my friends, is how you get your XP up quickly. I think we've done pretty much everything we can. Yeah, I think we've got, and it's not looking too bad. There's going to be a lot that can be taken off and repaired, because if we now take a quick look at the old butcher's bill here, there's a lot of stuff here that's way above, you know, the threshold of 15%. In fact, nearly everything, apart from stuff I've not obviously looked at yet. So this one would be not a quick flip if I repaired everything, okay? Not by any, you know, any means of the imagination. And I'm not here to do a full restoration. Now, that is not the purpose. The purpose of this challenge is to show you how you can set yourself your own challenge with whatever you choose to do. You know, you could have it where you have to go and buy all the cars from the scrapyard and you can't use the auction. You know, but you're limiting yourself, and it really makes you think outside the box sometimes of how you can make a little bit of money. Instead of just, you know, everyone just sprays up the cars, makes them look all nice and shiny with brand new engines, and then money doesn't become an option, and that takes away some of the gameplay, in my opinion. Just a heads up, I'm working on, and I'm hoping I'll have it out maybe today, but certainly, this one will go out today, that I'm doing now. But I've got a great idea of that Jack becomes a dodgy dealer. And you may have seen some videos on YouTube, you know, where you can make money being not too honest. I think I've come with a pretty different concept, and I'm going to try it out. I'm not 100% sure it'll work yet, so I've got to do a little bit of research, but I think it might work, and that's going to be fun. Anyway, the reason why I just took those wheels off, I need to look and see what the butcher's bill is on these to see if they're repairable, because overall they're at 22%, right? So I don't know what that rim is. I don't know how bad the tyre is, and I don't know how bad that rim is. So just to give you an example of that, I'm going to take them to pieces. See, that's overall 32%. That rim, to be repaired, to add extra value to the car, has got to be above 15% damaged. So when I take it off now, look at my inventory, it's actually 29%. So straight off the bat, that one can be repaired. And, you know, put that old tyre back on, balance it, and that's going to add some extra value. But I won't do that now, I'll do that off camera. I'm still wanting to really get into the gubbins of this to see what else we've got in here. Now what I'd like to do is just take a quick look at that engine, if I can get to it. again, we're not looking to do a massive rebuild or anything on this. You know, taking off easy items that I know I can fix. You know, 26% on the start, I can easily fix that. Why can't this come off? Oh, it's because it's got all the drive shafts in. Again, drive shafts dead easy to come out. I don't know what 20% that can also be fixed. So you're getting the idea, yeah. And again, if you wanted to, you know, say, okay, I don't want to do it time versus money. I just want to get as much money as I possibly can without spending any money, apart from the repair costs, obviously. Why is that not coming out now? That's a strange one. I guess, oh, because that drive shaft. Again, you can see this is a modded car. I mean, the aesthetics, it doesn't add up at all. I mean, why is there a drive shaft running to the front of the car? Well, I guess that's for the front wheels, but it's completely wrong. But again, it's a mod, so that's what you expect. We have to thank our mods in the first place for giving us these wonderful cars. So yeah, what's this gearbox going to be at? And there's a couple of bits in the gearbox that we can, for 23%, that's good. And I think, and again, look, I'm going for quick wins. I think we can also do, is it the clutch plate we can repair if it's not too shot up? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, all that's good. Okay, so you've seen what I've taken off. So what I'm going to do now is just repair them real quick, just to, you know, show you what is repairable and all that good stuff, and then I'll crack on off camera. So we want to get these wheels done, obviously, because they're going to add a tremendous amount of value to the car. Starter motor, nice and simple. Yeah, got that. Got that. Now I'm going to leave the drive shafts off for now because, obviously, I want to be able to take off some of the running gear and replace all that as well. Or repair it, as I should say. So you see, this is actually looking like a really, really good example of a car to fix up. But I did pay 20 grand, so you could have 20 grand in the bank, you know, to fix it up. But then you need a little bit of money to repair it as well. Bearing in mind, as I said in part 1, check to make sure what your level of fixing is, because you won't be able to fix over here, sorry, all the different groups of parts. Yeah, so here you've got group 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then actually be able to fix other parts. Depending on where you are in this scale, you won't be able to fix as much. Pretty straightforward. Anyway, I'll go off camera, take off some more bits and pieces, repair them, and I'll come back shortly. Hello and welcome back. Do you know what, I've just taken off all the running gear, right? All the running gear, pretty much. Leaving the engine intact, even the exhaust, even though I can't fix them. Look at that. Still in 2,864 profit, even with all those bits taken off. So, yeah, just some information there. What I'm going to do now, like I said, I'm going to fix all the parts I can, but I'll come back after I've put the rear running gear on, and I'll show you the price increase, and then the front, so you've got an idea that, you know, if you do, time is money. If we're doing that, then fine, you only want to do the back or the front or both or whatever, and you can see how much profit there is in each area, if you like. Alright, I'll be back shortly. Sorry, I'm back again, I forgot. I just wanted to show you all the pages that I've got of everything that can be fixed that I've taken off the car. 5 pages of repairable items. If you look at my inventory, of course bushings and things you can't repair. The brake pads you're not going to be able to repair, shockers no, exhaust no. So although they're above 15%, you're not going to be able to repair them for the simple, you know, fact that you just can't repair them in car mechanic. I mean, that's just the way it is. Same with the outer tie rods and also the inner tie rods. So they're going to go back on the car as is, yeah? Just some, again, just a little bit more information for you. Okay, so all the running gears on the back end. I haven't put the gearbox in just yet. I just wanted to show you real quick. 8,445 we're just putting the back end on. So there's about 5-6 grand in there. But it's not a huge jump, okay? But when we put on this bad boy here, I think I damaged one of the parts as well. I can't remember if it was the drive shaft or something, but it's definitely not. See, I was able to repair that, that's fine. Not on the gearbox, but I think it's either one of the main drive shafts, or I don't remember. It'll show up as being pretty broken, I think. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, I broke it. This one. That was, I didn't manage to repair that, unfortunately. But not to worry. What am I missing here now? Oh, of course. Let's shove that on. The gearbox, I repaired this completely, didn't I? That should add a fair bit of value to the car now. after we've got this on, and I think also if we show on that starter motor, which I think was also repaired, it was indeed. Yeah, so not looking too bad at all, is it? So just by putting that gearbox on, 11,473. So yeah, it's looking like a nice little earner this. Now you could argue that the challenge was too easy, right? Because it seems that the cars I've bought, especially the Bianco and this Fiesta, they were in pretty good fettle, even though they didn't look it, and you know, they did look a bit shot in the auction when I viewed them. But in saying that, you know, the challenge was under 1,000 credits starting price, and I think it's difficult to set a price at the auction because let's say the car is worth, let's say you say, okay, you've got to buy a car that's got a starting price of 1,000 or under, and its max value is worth less than 10. Yeah, I think maybe that would be a little bit, you know, a little bit more, I don't know, of a challenge, I'd say. The fact that you pay over the odds, you know, sometimes if it's, you know, saying it's worth 10 and you end up paying 15, you've got no control of that at the auctions, have you, at all? But again, that's just the way it is. Anyway, I digress. So what I'm going to do now is do the front end, which means I'll also be able to put in the drive shaft here as well. Just some food for thought on this car, which I didn't realise until I was taking everything off. It's got quite a few parts on it that add a lot of value. Obviously, it's got a cross member, but there was another piece here, and I don't remember where it's gone now. It was part of the drivetrain. I think it might have been that drive shaft going across. I don't know, doesn't matter. I just thought before I saw some sort of four-wheel drive jiggy thing. Maybe I didn't. Oh, here we go. Yes, here we go. A front differential, B6. Okay, it's only worth 150. I thought it was actually going to be worth more than that. Anyway, it will add some value. Anyway, I digress. Let me get the front end done, and then I'll be back, and then we can put the wheels on. All right, sounds like a plan. Good. Hello, welcome back again. Front end's on now. Yeah. Let's have a quick look at the a lot of green now. As you can see, that's the bit I broke. Look, that one. Never mind. Never minding. Drive shaft comes all the way. It actually doesn't look that strange anymore. Drive shaft breaks here, which is fine. Comes down here into this kind of, I don't know what it is. It's a differential or something or other. And then the drive shafts go out to the front, so it's a rear wheel drive, four wheel drive, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at the end plates. 23,851. Okay. The only thing I've got left in the inventory is all of these rims and tyres that I was able to repair. All the rims, as you saw, when I took them off, they're all above whatever percentage, 15%. So they've all been fixed. So if we just add these on real quick, bearing in mind we were standing at 23,851. Oh, goodness me. And the best thing is, of course, is we haven't, apart from the actual cost of the repairs, you know, we haven't actually spent any money at all. Bearing in mind, I've still got to make a profit. I've still got to get back to 618,000, which I believe it's not going to be a lot of cash. I don't think we're going to make. And again, that's some food for thought, I guess. You know, how much effort you're putting in and what return you're going to get back. Because obviously the most intelligent thing for this would be to do as much work on the engine as well. But I'm going on the time is money basis, so we ain't doing that. But let's just see what that gives us. How's it actually look? It's actually not looking too shabby, this car, is it really? Let's just have a quick shufty. 26 grand, so it put an extra 3 grand on. Okay, so what's next? Because I need to do a few sums here, but to see how much money we're actually going to make. But this can come off. What is that? Oh, that can also be repaired. That can be repaired. Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't. Forgot. My bad. Ah, the environmental health came and got me. So what the next plan is to get a bit more money out of this is I really don't want to go into the gubbins of the engine and doing all that stuff. But in saying that, what will it actually run? Will it run? Does it have ODB? OBD even? It does. Well, that's great. Just to give you guys some idea of what you could be fixing. Spark plug 17%. You can't fix those anyway. ECU can't fix. ABS module you can. No, ABS module could be fixed. That's fine. That's a fixer. Will it run a compression? I'm sure there's bits missing off the engine. I'm sure it won't do a compression. Oh, well. You know what? This was not a bad buy, was it? Yeah. There's a couple of weak points on there. Obviously, we've got the crankshaft will be able to be repaired, and so would the engine block just. But that's going to be a close one, and if I broke that, then it's never going to start. But we're not looking to start it. Well, we'll see at the end of the vid. Maybe we will. I don't know. What's the fuel filter? What 17%? That shouldn't prevent it from starting. Everything seems to be here. But anyway, the plan is, I digress. The plan is to rip off some of the easy stuff on the outside of this engine and get it repaired. Oh yeah, and that's going to be sort of like, you know, exhaust manifold and all that good stuff, and also some of the other bits and pieces. Yes. Fuel rail, that's generally repairable. 17%, still on the money, isn't it? Get off the throttle on here. Yeah, it should be alright. 29%. Intake manifold is God, there's a lot of screws in there, or bolts, I should say. And like I said, I don't really want to get into the gubbins of the engine, but there are some bits on the outside that are pretty accessible. And what I will do as well is take that battery off and get it on charge, because that's going to add a little bit more money. What's the battery? The battery's at 19%, so that's doable. And this time we're actually going to take off that power steering, because I think that can be repaired, if I'm not mistaken. Have I drained the coolant? Apparently did. Well, unless there was none in. Oh, that was the pulley, that wasn't the water pump, but I can't get that off unless I take that off. And I think you can repair that water pump. Do I need to take that off to get the... Anyway, we'll figure that out. Oh, it's right behind. Oh, bollocks to that. Bollocks to that. I'm not taking all that shit off. No. We're not going down that road. Put that back on. The only thing that I was thinking of doing as well would be maybe repairing this top here, but then I've got to take all this off the cam cover and everything, and we're not going to go down that road. Fuel tank. No, can't do that. Can't do that. Okay, I think there's enough off there. So let me go and repair that and see how that works, and then put them back on the car. Okay, you can see what I've repaired, what I was able to repair, up to 100%, most of it, and the stuff I couldn't repair, obviously I couldn't repair. I'm going to put this back on the car, we're going to look at the value, I'm going to give you a bit of the maths of how much profit I'm making right now, after all this has gone on, and then we're going to get rid of the cars and see what the end plates are. Does that sound good? Alright, give me a minute. Okay, we're back in the room, we're nearly complete now. So just to give you a quick update, I've replaced a lot of the, repaired a lot of the stuff, put it back on as you saw, also did the fuse box, also did put some fluids in it for whatever reason, see if it can start maybe, not that that adds any value. End plates now, not too bad. We're looking at 34 in profit, sell price 53. So if I have a look at the sell value of the other vehicles, because that's the important bit now, because I know this is the profit made, but what's going to be coming back into my bank account is the sum of this one, which is 17,184, and I believe this is about 17,000 as well, roundabout. 17,488. Yeah, that's what's been going back into my bank. So I know we've been focusing on the profit, which is a good thing to see how much value you're adding to the car, but the end sell value is what we're interested in now, because that's what's going to go into my bank. So the bank here is, as we just said, is going to be 55, whatever it is, 53 grand. Okay, so I started this with 618,000. I'm now down to 570, which means I've spent about 48 grand, okay, in everything. That's cars, fixing all the parts up, everything, to and from the auction, all my expenses. So if I was to sell everything now, okay, there's going to be about 88 grand going into my bank, which means my total then will be 659,000, which means I made about 40 grand. 40 grand. So let's put that into perspective, shall we, just before we sign off on this. Gameplay, I know that the videos have been about 30 minutes long or whatever it is, an hour's worth of video maybe. Gameplay is probably about 2.5 hours maybe. Obviously the setup and everything else and thinking about it was a lot more, but that's just YouTube preparation. Yeah, I can't really account for that, can I, in the profit made. So about, let's say, 2.5 hours of gameplay, maybe 2 hours 45 to make 40 grand. Which you could say, well, is it worth it? Well, compare that to a story order, right? You don't have to diagnose anything really. You just have to look at what you need to replace. You're not fixing a customer's request or anything. The other thing is, keeps your inventory nice and clean, which is really easy because at the end of the day, your inventory should be empty because there should be no parts left in your inventory because they should all be back on the car. That's one thing. It also keeps your inventory nice and cheap too because you're not buying anything. So this is a good way actually, I believe, to make some decent money. I mean, I don't think that you're ever going to be in a situation where you're going to really overspend on a car. Let's say I've reduced the risk, if you like, by buying 3 cars. I know it cost me like whatever it was, you know, a pretty penny, 30-40 grand, which I had to have in the bank in the first place. And bear in mind, I should have kept maybe a note of how much it's costing me to do the repairs as well, but I'm sure you can work that out from going and look at the beginning of the video and how much I spent on repairs. I think it's about 5,000 or something. So yeah, I mean, some food for thought. It's not bad at all. 40 grand in the bank it's going to be, and I think I've done a half decent job. But what I do want to do, just for out of curiosity, and if you don't want to watch this any further, then that's fine because this is only satisfying my own nerdy curiosity if this will actually run. And as you saw, if you saw the previous video, I did cheat a little bit. I had to buy a seat because you can't start the car without a seat. So I bought this cheap as chips. I'm going to take it out of here because this one starts actually. You should get a bonus for starting cars. Red Dot, you should think about that. Get a bonus for cars that start, because at an auction this would be a runner, right? So let's put that in. Put the chair in. I know it's a dodgy chair for such a beast of a vehicle. Let's just go and sit in it. I don't know if I think all the parts are there. Well, it runs. Do you reckon? Do you reckon I could take it on the speed track? Well, it'll let me go. Isn't that amazing? Scrapyard find, right? It was actually a runner for 20 grand. My goodness me. I've no doors or anything like that on it. Well, at least it's light, isn't it? Well, what? Sorry. What does it actually deliver? Okay. Well, who'd have thought that? Well, who'd have thought that, eh? That runs okay, doesn't it? Well, not bad at all. Quite impressed. Yeah, well, it runs. It stops of a fashion eventually. Oh dearie me. Well, that was just satisfying my own curiosity. So then, let's see if I'm right on the money. I reckon I should have about 659,000 or something in the bank. So if just to prove that point, let's just see if we just sell them all on now. Goodbye. Oh, it's sad to see these go. Been on a bit of a journey with me. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I said what? 659? I think we should have in the bank. Roundabout, give or take a few, if my maths are correct. There you go, 659. Not bad, eh? Started out with 618. Now, just before I sign off, I've just got something to show you. there's so many parts for those Fiestas, and it's a modded vehicle, and there's so many different variations. My plan is to do a Ford Fiesta Siesta special, because if you look at what I have in parking, which is considerable amount, I've got a lot of cars, obviously, because I'm doing YouTube and I like to have a lot of cars around. But what's really good is I've got a number of Fiestas, all different types of Fiesta. I mean, some of these are just amazing. Here we've got the normal Ford Fiesta, which is yeah, it's the GRC version, rally version. Then we've got the Rally Cross, we've got the Z-Tech tuning one, and then we've got a normal ST. And I think I've got another one hidden around somewhere, another Ford Fiesta, this one, which is an absolute beast of a beast of a beast of a beast, I think. I could be wrong. Anyway, the plan is I'm going to be doing a little showcase on those. So I hope you guys, subscribe, stick around. I really hope that you enjoyed this challenge. Thank you so much for any comments that you left, and I'm working on some of the comments you left where saying, do a different challenge with maybe setting yourself an amount of money that you have to spend to get a car running. Maybe it's 5,000 in total, or 6, 8, 9, 10,000 or whatever from the junkyard. Thanks for that comment. I'll certainly be looking into that. Anyway, that's me babbling on. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Please drop me a sub, drop me a comment. I'm trying to grow the channel, and it means a lot to me if I can see that I'm hitting the mark and people are enjoying my content. If not, I'm wasting my time, aren't I? So yeah, thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon. Jack is out.